Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a new surprisingly sinister Electro Giant deck that deletes most of the meta. While archers are absolutely everywhere, you're gonna have an abundance of answers. Overpowered archers are gonna get easily overwhelmed by Golden Knight, Tornado, Baby Dragon, and arrows. So if opponents rely on any bait card for damage, you're gonna be handing them an automatic loss. Two of the best players in Clash Royale, ranked at number 18 and 40 in the world, both use this deck. And they finished the season there too, defeating top professional players that were trying their hardest and knew that they were matched up against an Electro Giant minor deck. But if your opponents don't identify that you've got an Electro Giant in your minor cycle deck, they might drop their building on defense, instantly dropping the game because they have no counter to Electro Giant. With the slimy Golden Knight dash and the Electro Giant shocking a lot of your opponents, this deck is so toxic. Let's blast our way into some games and assert dominance. If you don't have Golden Knight, use Dark Prince instead. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Lots of love to everyone that uses creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. All right, so jump into the game against the Young King. We are ready to steal your crown. So I want to go in for a Baby Dragon in the back, and ideally you go in for goblins or minor and make your opponent think that you've got a fast cycle deck, but maybe we can make him think that I've got a graveyard deck or something. So he's going to go for an Electro Giant in the back first play. Jeez, dude, why do I not have my cannon when you E-Giant first play? You really want to just dish out the amazing luck to yourself. Okay, we're cycling because we've got a quick cycle deck. This is okay. This is a salvageable situation. We're going to go for a cannon here, and we'll see what he's going to be cooking. Definitely want to get some damage, and then I can probably go and pull the Phoenix directly into the cannon, and then I can go for arrows on top of the guards and to hit the Phoenix as well. Wow, that was a wonderful sequence of interactions for us, because the Phoenix is going to die to both the towers. He's not going to have a miner or anything in front of it like our deck, and he also sacrificed the guards so that we could damage down the Phoenix with the arrows as well. So pretty good position. Oh my gosh, he's dropping a cannon. Does he know that he needs that? No, he has no clue. He needs those arrows too. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm feeling really good about myself because I can go for a miner right now. Drop in the back. Probably expect him to go for a tornado on that, but then the Baby Dragon locks onto his tower. So, oh, he drops the E-Giant and expedites his push. He's down a lot of elixir after that. He's such a bad spot. Like, how is he expecting to defend against Electro Giant with no cannon and barely any elixir? Is he actually thinking guards will do something? I'm sorry, guards do not guard your tower in that position. Then he has to go for a really late cannon up higher, which isn't optimal because the Electro Giant's able to blast it to oblivion because of the reflection damage. And now we're reflecting back some more damage on his towers. So we're in a pristine position. If you guys are playing against other Electro Giant decks, they're likely not going to understand what the heck they're playing against, and that's great for you. So we're going to go goblins at the river just to force out more elixir. Optimally, we get like a cannon or something or arrows for a +1 trade. But the cannon is the best. If they go in for cannon, they don't have anything else. Like, then they don't have anything for the E-Giant. So I'm dropping the miner in the safe spot. I really thought that was going to get caught, but I guess the Electro Giant's going to go be really extra thick and push off the miner anyway. Miner's like, but I just want to hit the tower. And the E-Giant's like, no, I'm a bully. Oh my gosh. Well, he's trying to bully me with 2 Electro Giants, and I don't appreciate that. We're going to go for a cannon in the middle and try to solve a decent defense here. Generally, I don't know if this is going to work, but we are able to tornado on the cannon and hit both the Electro Giants. Wait, that worked way better than I thought. Our E-Giant is still striving for greatness right now, and with our ability to defend with the Baby Dragon, I think I'm going to be okay, because the Electro Giant is going to be able to stun the tower for a little bit longer as well, enabling us to get more miner shots. Okay, so I need to go in for a Baby Dragon again in the back, and then I need an E-Giant at the river, and then I have the miner get tanked for by this E-Giant. I need him to focus on defense, so then he can't go in for a double Electro Giant. Because he can't go for his mirror right now or to mirror up the Electro Giant. He's not going to be able to apply a successful offense. The cannon should just be able to shut everything down. He dropped his tornado, so now I can go for miner in the back. And I think we walk away with the W here. We're shoveling our way to success, and we blow his house down. GG, Young King, and it is a pleasure taking your crown. Looks like the leaderboards had it right. This Electro Giant deck is simply superior. Or in the mirror matchup where he's also running Electro Giant, but he has 2 of them. All right, so we got a game against Sin. What's up, dude? We're gonna be dropping a good luck, and we're gonna see what you got. So definitely do not want to make a huge play with either an Electro Giant or a Golden Knight usually. I typically want to go for miners, make our opponent feel like he's playing against a cycle deck, and get him in a pretty bad situation. We're going to go for that Golden Knight in the back in the same side as the Skeleton King, and when we see Skeleton King and Phoenix, I'm expecting it to be a graveyard deck, but there's a chance it's going to be something different. There's always a chance of him running Golem with Phoenix, so I'm not going to go and guarantee what he's playing so far. Wait, I want to go in for the dash because if he's got Golem or Graveyard, it's going to be harder for him to counter that for a good Elixir trade. Because typically when you know that your opponent's going to have a fast cycle deck, you don't want to go in for the Golden Knight dash because you're going to only get countered by a 1 Elixir cost card. However, in that situation, we got a 3 Elixir Ice Wizard that he just didn't want to drop. Oh, the Baby Dragon's on his last life. That is incredible. Baby Dragon giving us the value. The Miner's coming through. It's getting tanked for by the Electro Giant, so the Electro Giant is not getting targeted for too long here. It's going to end up dying, and then the Phoenix is going to die afterwards. So we're good. As long as the Phoenix dies on our side of the map and we're able to focus that down with our tower, and it doesn't go behind the Skeleton King, that's what we're looking for. So I'm waiting for the Skeleton King ability, then I'll pop my Goblins here. If he decides to go in for the Skeleton King on top of the cannon, then the Goblins need to go down to finish off the Skeletons that are coming near my tower. So that's the game plan. I didn't want to go and pull the Skeleton King too quickly with Goblins away from the cannon. That's why I waited so long. And also, I didn't know if he was going to drop the ability guaranteed. So what do we do here? Do I go in for a Baby Dragon? Oh, I'm thinking right now. There's two things I can do. I can snipe the Tombstone using the Golden Knight ability. I can also just not do that because it's going to cost so much Elixir and expect him to go in for a Graveyard and then go Goblins Electro Giant. Yeah, he didn't really go in for the play that I was hoping for. Instead, he decided to play a lot more passively. So I'm going to wait for the Phoenix Egg to pop so that I can guarantee that I can kill it with my arrows. And then I'm going to go in for a Miner here in a spot that is going to be harder for him to defend because he only has Skeleton King. Ice Wizard is not going to cut it. The Ice Wizard should just die or just take a ton of damage so that it's an even for even trade. So I'll take it. All right, so we're going to go Golden Knight in the back, and I want to snipe the Tombstone with either a Miner, Baby Dragon, Golden Knight dash. Those are the things that I want to do. Baby Dragon in the middle might work out if I can pull his Phoenix directly into that. No, he dropped the Phoenix in the wrong spot. Let's go. This is awesome, because we can Electro Giant on the right-hand side without him having Tombstone. I don't know how he's planning on defending this, especially if he's going to go for a Barbarian Barrel, and now he doesn't have that in cycle. Okay, so we can Miner. He's going to Tornado. That makes a lot of sense. He's spending all of his Elixir here. I'm going to go in for hopefully just a cannon to counter the Skeleton King. I'm spending all of my Elixir on the right-hand side, but I think it's going to be the right decision. So I'm going to go for an arrows on top of the Phoenix Egg and finish that off and then kill the Skeleton King. The Baby Dragon is not going to give us as much damage as I was hoping for, but I would like to bait out some extra Elixir because the Baby Dragon will hit the tower if you don't respond to it. Are you going to eat it? You are going to eat it. Okay, cool. That was almost the second hit. So I'm going to Electro Giant in the back, and then I can Miner on top of this if I want, but typically he'll activate King Tower with the Tornado, so I don't want to do that too early on. I want to make sure that we make him spend all of his Elixir, and then he's not expecting me to Miner. So when there's a lot of stuff going on in the chaotic moment, that's when I unleash the Miner to go and snipe the Tombstone. Not actually going to do it right now because it seems like to me that the Tombstone is just going to expire by itself. So I vibe with that. We'll arrows here on the Tombstone, finish off the Phoenix, and then clean up the Skeleton King ability as well. But that's just a play that I'm throwing out there for you guys in case you did not know. We're going to go in for a Baby Dragon as well in the middle, again, to go and snipe everything. And then if he goes in for a Phoenix, we Tornado it so that it locks directly on the Electro Giant instead of the Baby Dragon. And then we start to go in for more Miners here because the Skeleton King is out of cycle, so now he only has Ice Wizard. Remember when he had Ice Wizard, it didn't work out so well for him. I'm going to go in for the Golden Knight ability. He has to go Ice Wizard on this because he just uses Bar Barrel, and the Golden Knight dashes. Let's go. That crash was gigantic. Lots of damage. So he's going to go in for a Graveyard on the left-hand side with the Phoenix. I think I just want to Tornado the Phoenix back so I don't have to worry about it immediately. So the Goblins can put in enough damage, and I think they might be able to tank for the Phoenix for a short period of time, just long enough for me to get enough value. It will get one hit on my tower, but because I'm up so much Elixir, I think it's worth it. I think it's actually worth eating that damage there. I'm going to Miner in a spot that he wasn't expecting, just so I can go and snipe that. Notice how he's like, wait, why is there a Miner there? What is happening? What is going on? He did not understand that that was even a remote possibility. I Tornado this correctly, and then I go in for the Golden Knight dash. Oh! That was the best Golden Knight dash I've ever seen. That was literally across the map. Holy heck. I can't believe that. Did you guys see that? I don't even understand. That's crazy, my man. We're going to go arrows here. We're going to go in for a Golden Knight, and we are going to go in for part 2. Where's it at? Where's it at, bro? Where's it at, bro? He just gave up. He didn't even want to try to defend that because he was going to be absolutely heartbroken when the Golden Knight broke down his doorstep. The fact that my Golden Knight diagonally dashed from across the map to my opponent's tower is ridiculous. That card definitely needs a ranged nerf. I also want to highlight in that matchup that I went opposite side the entire time, because if I went same side as the Graveyard player, if he defends with Ice Wizard, Baby Dragon, Skeleton King, he's able to go in for a Graveyard with his counter pushing units, and then it's miserable for me. Going opposite lane lane, put our opponent in pain because all of his counter pushing units were able to get 0 value. Yo, this guy's gonna give us the burning goblin emote already. He almost like kind of knows that we've got goblins in our deck and we're ready to burn his Hog Rider deck alive. So activating King Tower is easy, even if they try to do some weird Ice Spirit trick to make sure that the Ice Spirit ends up going in front of the Hog Rider to push the Hog Rider slightly. You know, you just got to perfect your tornado placements and timings, and you're never going to get that Hog Rider on top of your tower. You'll always get it on your King Tower. So, I think in this situation, when our opponent will probably end up having Archer Queen or Firecracker, I'm going to be saving my arrows, or maybe my Miner, depending on what happens. Okay, so I think he's actually going to have Firecracker or Archers, because we see Bomb Tower. So, I'm going to go in for a Miner directly on the tower. No, he's got Archer Queen! Aw, jeez, dude. I was not prepared. I didn't want to see that card. I can't melt it with my Golden Knight and my arrows. So typically what happens is you go in for the Miner. They go in for Archers or something. And then you just arrow it away. And then your Miner just racks up an excessive amount of damage. That's what I like doing. Fortunately, that's not really what's happening here. This guy is going to go in for his Goblins on top of our Electro Giant as much as he can. Because he needs to go for like Goblins plus Ice Spirit to finish off the Electro Giant if his building gets destroyed. So that's what he decided to do there. I'm going to preemptively go for a cannon. He'll probably Earthquake on this. Totally fine. I'm okay with that. He's going to go for a 3-for-3 trade. I can go for another E-Giant to body block this optimally if he gives me enough time to be able to do it. Yeah, so I'm going to go for E-Giant here, and I'm going to go Goblins on top of the Hog Rider. So the reason why I did that is because I was able to pull his Goblins, I was able to pull the Giant Skeleton, and I have pretty big counter push with the Baby Dragon, and then we know that he has to go for an Archer Queen, which isn't actually optimal for him, because the Baby Dragon's so far off to the right, he doesn't have a good counter right now. The Baby Dragon is going to lock onto the tower. He doesn't have enough elixir for the Archer Queen, so he has to kill the Miner and then target the Baby Dragon with his tower. That was the best sequence we could have hoped for, just keeping our opponent's elixir low, and knowing that even if I take a little bit of a bad trade at the start, it's going to work out for us in the end. Just having that optimism when you know what your card cycle is compared to your opponents, it gives you the confidence to take those bad trades initially, knowing that they'll pay off. He's going to go for an Archer Queen and Giant Skeleton in the back, so typically in this type of environment, I want to Electro Giant boldly right into the Archer Queen so I can finish it off, and then maybe go in for Tornado if he decides to do anything crazy. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I know that the Archer Queen should just die, so I'm okay with this. And then I can go in for a Miner here, and he has to click the Archer Queen ability, which I don't know if he really wanted to do. We're going to go in for arrows here, and then I can go in for a Golden Knight on top of the double Giant Skeletons, and then I should be able to Tornado the Hog Rider directly to the tower again. And even if the Giant Skeleton locks into my tower on the right-hand side, it's not going to be... Ooh, it is pretty catastrophic. That's really, really bad. Wait, this game is starting to become a little bit closer than I wanted it to be, guys. That's 900 damage on my tower. This is a little bit sketchy. We're going to go for a high cannon, and then hopefully we can just arrows him out. I'm going to try to just do that. I think that's going to be our best bet. So I'm going to go in for our Giant Skeleton counters with our Golden Knight. You can't go for a Giant Skeleton. It's not happening. We're following through with the Miner, and we're going to blow you away with our arrows. GG and well played to our opponent. There's nothing he can do. That's the reason why I saved my Tornado on defense there and dropped my Golden Knight instead, because I knew that Tornado plus arrows was needed to kill that tower. Sometimes it's sketchy against Giant Skeleton spam with bombs blowing up everywhere. But if you stop the Giant Skeleton away from the Hog Rider as they Earthquake your cannon, you're able to Tornado the Hog Rider directly to your King Tower and come away with a pretty clean defense. And if your opponent's got Archers or Firecracker instead of Archer Queen, the matchup is even easier. Jumping the game against... Wow, I kind of love saying that name. It feels obnoxious if it was repetitive like an emote, but one time, I vibe with it. He's going to go in for a Mega Minion, so it's probably going to be a big beatdown deck. So if we're playing against the Golem, I want to take it to him. I want to start spending a lot of elixir and living life large. I'm going to go and click the Golden Knight dash, so maybe I can crash away from the Mighty Miner. Protecting... Oh, yes. No! Wait, it was a protection for a second. It was a slight, minute protection. If you guys saw what happened, the Mighty Miner retargeted from targeting on top of the Golden Knight, and then started to go and target the Electro Giant instead, giving us an availability of keeping the Golden Knight alive a little bit longer and forcing out more of a response from my opponent. So typically in this type of matchup, whenever you play against someone with a Miner and Mighty Miner deck with Lava Hound, you know that they're not going to have Valkyries, so you can be pretty ambitious with your Goblins. Those Goblins are going to go and steal some gold and lock onto the tower. If you guys didn't know, in the Clash Royale lore, Goblins were recruited to the arena because they signed like a lucrative contract with the Kings. I read that and I was like, yo, I will never forget that. I hope Clash Royale continues to add more lore to the game. It just makes it feel more fun. Keeps you more connected with the cards. Anyway, I'm going to go and make sure that that balloon connects directly to my King Tower with hopefully no damage here. Ooh, that Mighty Miner is scary. I don't want that. I did not sign up for this. Please don't click the ability. Don't go to the other side. Don't do it. Do not do it, sir. Okay, thankfully we're able to arrows it and finish everything off. I was like, if I'm forced to drop goblins on top of a Mighty Miner on the other side and I can't immediately arrow on those Lava Hound pups, I'm going to be a sad sir. It will take so much damage. Also, wait, looking at my King Tower, that's where he has most of his damage. What is happening here, Clash Royale? What is going on? Okay, so typically in this type of situation, I want to continuously pile on the pressure, so I am going to go in for the Golden Knight here, just to force out his Mighty Miner or something. Wait. If you drop your Tombstone, you don't have a building to pull our Electro Giant boy. What are you planning, my man? Okay, this should be good. I have Tornado as well, so I think I might be able to go and pull the balloon back this time, actually. I think that's going to be our best defensive sequence. And then I want to arrows on top of the Lava Hound again, but I don't know if it's going to work out. Please save my butt, man. Stop it. Oh, that's taking my tower. That was actually huge value for my man. He played that pretty well, didn't he? All right, so I need to go in for a Baby Dragon here, and then I need him to go in for a Tombstone that I can snipe with a Golden Knight. If I can snipe it with a Golden Knight, we can maybe win this. Yeah, I got to go Golden Knight here. I can Tornado all this stuff into our Baby Dragon optimally. Baby Dragon's getting targeted first, which is the absolute worst for me. I'm going to have to click the Golden Knight ability, and then I can Tornado his Electro Dragon counters directly into the E. I don't know. I don't know if our E-Giant's going to do work. I hope he does. All right, so we've got the Golden Knight and Goblins and Miner, and he's going to Fireball it. Jeez, this is really, really crazy. I need to go in for a Baby Dragon to finish off all the Lava Hound pups, and then he's going to go for another Lava Hound. Dude, I just killed one. Stop it. All right, we got to go for like arrows here, and then maybe go in for a Tornado, so then we can make sure that the Mighty Miner doesn't get onto my tower. We're going to go for Goblins as well. He's going to go and click his Mighty Miner ability and try to swerve me and go to the other side. So this is looking okay, because we've got a Golden Knight, a Baby Dragon, and Goblins counter pushing. So I know that I can Electro Giant here, and he's probably going for a Tombstone, which the Golden Knight could dash onto to finish off. And then we can go in for a Baby Dragon as well. I'm going to go and use the Golden Knight ability immediately so we can dash onto the Tombstone so the Electro Giant can go directly onto the tower. That is the way that we're going to be planning on winning this. The Electro Giant can lock into the tower. I think we're going to load up a lot of value. I'm going to arrows immediately so I can finish off the Skeleton Dragon slightly faster. And look at that damage. Okay, so our game plan right now is Electro Giant, go in for a Miner, have the Electro Giant tank, and then I think our opponent's chances of winning the game will tank too. I'm going to Tornado as well just to be able to finish off his Skeleton Dragon so they don't give him as much of a counter push. And I think I'm going to just continuously spam more stuff here. That's the strategy. When you're up, you never let up. That's what we do. Just because it's going to be harder for him to defend this. I'm going to go in for a Miner, and I think I can Tornado whatever units he drops on the Miner away, so then we can guarantee that it finishes off the tower. GG and well played. Crazy close game at the end, and I'm so glad we won it. The chaotic games are where the insane creations thrive, because there's no chance that this guy has ever played against our deck. He probably didn't have a plan. Meanwhile, we were able to control the chaos with this Electro Giant Miner control deck. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an awesome rest of your day.